She doesn't think that was not a crime because she said, I was only joking. My words were spread by others, and so I am not to blame.
Great, so we can use those clues to identify the problem. So is the problem the rumor, or is the problem that she doesn't know that she did something wrong? Tricky question. We have to remember that in fiction texts, we don't always have a traditional problem that gets solved. In these cases, we should look for the outcome or the resolution to the story and the cause of the final outcome. These cause and effect events will be critical to understanding the main idea of the text. So it may not look like a typical problem, but she doesn't know that her starting a rumor was a crime. Now we have to do our annotations. Hold on just a second. So if we did our annotations for this first, woman starts rumor brought before rabbi. So we've identified the problem. The woman started a rumor and she doesn't know that that was a bad thing to do. She places blame on other people saying that she started it, but she did not spread the rumor. Hold on just a moment. So I'm gonna keep reading. And as we're reading this next section, we need to identify the solution or the resolution to our problem. So the woman agreed, but thought to herself, the old rabbi has finally gone mad. She did as he asked and cut the pillow. Feathers blew far and wide over the square and beyond. The wind carried them here and there, up into the trees and under merchants' carts. She tried to catch them, but after much effort, it was clear to her that she would never find them all. So, what is happening in this section of our text? I see Nisai's hand raised. Yes.
Can you repeat the question? Because I heard you a slight little bit.
What is happening in this section of the text?
Oh, what is happening to this section of the text is it's telling us how she was that the old rabbi told her to catch feathers and then to split a pillow and then ride it and up in the air. She couldn't catch all the feathers.
Thank you for summing that up for us. So right here, but cut pillow, couldn't get feathers back. So once she cut the pillow and released them, she couldn't get the feathers back. How does this relate to our problem? Now, I'm gonna continue reading. Because this text is so short, it's kind of hard to break it up into smaller parts because it's very short. So I'm gonna read the last paragraph. She returned to the rabbi with only a few feathers in her hand. Facing the rabbi, she said, I could not take back the feathers any more than I could take back my words. From now on, I will be careful not to say anything that would harm another, for there is no way to control the flight of words, any more than I can control the flight of these feathers. From that day, the woman spoke kindly of all she had met. So, I need an annotation for this last paragraph. What happened in the last paragraph? Nisaya and Amy are Creflo.
What happened in the last paragraph was that at the end it was talking about how the woman learned her lesson not to like be bad, like never like not to talk, like I don't know, like to harm someone by talking.
Okay, she said she learned her lesson. Thank you. And he even gave us a little lesson learned. Not to, I think he said not to hurt someone, like with your words. We can all come up with a lesson learned just based on the problem. So was the problem resolved? That's a key question. Was our problem resolved? Amy?
Can you explain it in your own words?
Yes, I can. Thank you. So our problem was that the woman, she started the rumor, and the problem was that she didn't know that it was wrong of her to start the rumor. And so was that problem solved by the end of the text?
Yes, because she learned her lesson to not speak like you know the to not speak like I don't know like humor.
Okay, so
Some people don't take a joke or.
Okay, so I get what you're saying. So you're saying that you have to be careful with what you're saying because everything is not a joke to everyone. I might tell a joke, but maybe it's not a joke to you. So down here, problem, solution, main idea. So someone tell me our problem in short, sweet words so we can just put it all in one line. Someone other than Amy, even though I know she knows. Ashada.
So you want me to retell the whole story?
No, I just want you to tell us what the problem is.
The problem is that the sharp-tongued woman, she said something and she didn't like what she said didn't like really mean what she said, and it went all like people started hearing about it, and that word started to spread.
There's a second part to our problem. It's not just that she started the rumor. It's not just, because we have to remember that sometimes in fiction, it's not a typical problem and solution. Sometimes it's a resolution or an outcome that we end up with. So the second part of the problem, so the woman said said something she didn't mean. And what is the problem in that? Why does the rabbi bring her before and have her do that task? Amy?
That she doesn't know what crime she did.
Okay. Woman said something she didn't mean. It was wrong, but she didn't know that it was wrong. That's what we'll say. Thank you, Amy. Okay, so now we need our solution or the resolution. Let's see. Safwan, what was the solution or resolution?
The resolution was where the woman really has to regret it, and then she finally says it, and then she finally learns her lesson.
She learned her lesson. And by what process? How did she learn this lesson?
She learned the lesson by regretting what she'd done.
And how did the rabbi teach her this?
The rabbi made her collect the feathers from his feather pillow, and then she regrets it by saying that she cannot control her words or control the flight of feathers, which is how it connects.
Thank you for that awesome answer. So the rabbi made her collect feathers from a pillow. She realized she couldn't get all the feathers back. And when she realized that, she knew that she was wrong. And so the lesson learned, you guys can put it in your own words. Multiple people can say something and then we can put it all together for one thing. I see that Amy has a lesson learned. Markel, what about you? What could be the lesson learned here? Markel, unmute yourself. Thank you. Oh, I still can't hear you. I'm not sure why. All right. Hold on. You guys can, if you have issues with your microphone, you can always chat me as well. I do check the chat. So let's move on to someone else for a lesson learned. Actually, if anyone wants to chat me a lesson learned that they think could apply to this text, then feel free to chat it to me and I will write it down on the screen. Danielle, what about you? What do you think a lesson learned could be for this?
The lesson learned for this could be don't do things that you might regret, because the woman regretted spreading rumors about him, because now she felt sorry for him, and she would have to live with that regret for the rest of her life.
Okay, I like that one. Don't do things you might regret. I see some people coming into my chat. Nasaya said, don't say something that you don't mean. I like that. Sarah said, think before you say. Ruffalo said, what is it? Oh, don't do things to harm people. Don't do things to harm people. So that means that we're defining words as things that can harm people, right? Words can harm people too, not just actions. So we have don't do things you might regret. Don't say something that you don't mean. Think before you say. Don't do things to harm people. Thank you, everyone who chatted me. I appreciate your participation. Point for Creflo, Sarah, and Nasaya. And then Ashana said, sometimes when you say something, people think you mean it, and you should just say what you mean. And Amy said, the lesson learned is to watch what you're saying, or some people may not take a joke. I like all of these. You guys are all saying the same thing, so I can tell that you really grasp what the text is saying. So I put, hold on, I'm gonna write my own, exactly what I wrote, because I don't exactly remember it, and so it's easy this way. This is what I put for my main idea jot when I put it down, and this is basically what you guys just said. Be careful with your words, because once you have spoken them, you can't take them back or control their impact. Once she cut the feathers out of the pillow, they went everywhere. You can't control where a feather goes once it's in the air, just like you can't control where your words go once you say them. You don't know if you will repeat them, and you don't know how someone will take them. All right, now, and this all relates to what you guys were saying earlier. Like Edgar said that he regretted, when he accidentally hit his brother.
You even did this.
Well, because we all know what accidentally means. So, but he did regret it, even though it was an accident. And then Nasaya said that she apologized to her cousin. And so we see that words can hurt just as much as actions can. We have about 5 minutes left. If anyone would like to share out.
Homework.
What is the homework? You guys have your packet? Do you guys? So there was an email that we got, and I'm assuming that everyone's parents got it, about picking up the packets from school. Yes?
I don't know if my mom got it.
Well, do you have the packet for this week?
Nope. I don't have it printed out. I just have it. I have the link.
Okay.
Does everyone know, I'm sorry, Ms. Cummings, does everyone know where to find the packets on the website?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because even though you don't have the physical packet, the packets are all on the website if you go to remote resources. So if you don't have your packet physically, you can just go to the link and the packet will be there.
Don't we
Are
have
you
to
gonna have to
post
print
reading
that? You know how many pages that thing is? Probably around 20 pages, and they have to
Don't
print.
we have to
Oh,
post
It'll be like,
reading work?
So what is the homework for the reading?
All right, hold on, I need everyone to stop talking. What is the homework for reading? There isn't homework for. There's a homework.
I think there might only be math homework.
Yeah. there's not-
And the reading is the math homework is informative. So I'm gonna link it to you guys.
Wait, don't we have close reading work?
No. So what you're asking about is the prompt. Actually, yes. So here's the thing. I'm gonna open it on formative, and you can do that part for homework because we do have a prompt, but it's not the same prompt that's in your packet. We changed the question, so it is different. I will put it up on formative right after this session, and it'll be open until tomorrow morning. So you can do it anytime between right now at the end of the day at 1, or you can wait till tomorrow before class starts at 8:30. So anytime between.
It is open.
Yeah, it should be open.
Everything?
It's only one. It should be only one question for close reading.
No, like for math.
Oh, no. For math, you're not doing everything. So your parents will get a message on Jupiter about which questions you should do. It's not every question. I think it's half.
Can you tell me what question to do?
Miss
Can we
Cummings.
leave now?
Jupiter.
Second.
Miss
Okay.
Cummings.
All right, so let's just be clear before we dismiss that what is Jupiter? Something that you don't have to worry about. Don't worry about Jupiter. If you don't know what it is, don't worry about it. It's okay. Your parents more than for you. So let's just be clear that we